Students, myself Sheikh Gulnaz. I'm your teacher of social science. Now I am here with the topic of important dynasties of India, North India for the students of 6th standard. Sorry, 7th, 6th standard. Here students, Mauryan dynasty is the first and you are going to learn about this dynasty in this lesson. That is, Mauryan dynasty is the first historical dynasty of India. Chandragupta Maurya and Ashoka are the famous emperors of this dynasty. Their life and achievement are described in these lessons. The contribution of Kanishka, the famous king of Kushanas, are also noted. The victories of Samudragupta, the greatest king of Gupta dynasty, and the progress in different aspects during the reign of Chandragupta II are described in this lesson. The attempts of Chandragupta Harshavardhana to safeguard his great empire in the time of crisis and problems and all, and his contribution to the progress of Buddhism is introduced in this lesson. Now let us see about this lesson you are going to learn. Firstly, about Maurya's dynasty. Children, have you noticed the wheel in our national flag? As you can see, it is visible to you on the screen. The flag, in that we have blue color wheel. What is that? It is nothing but Ashoka's chakra. Students, it is included in your flag as a symbol of progress. Progress is nothing but development and all. For example, this shows that we are developing. For example, we have developed our country by by ruling important dynasties, and we are giving new programs for the development of our nations. These are nothing but progress. And you know what? Then who is this Ashoka? To which dynasty does he belong? What is the history of this dynasty? What are the contributions of Ashoka? Let us know all this in this lesson. Maurya dynasty is the first dynasty of India and its founder is Chandragupta Maurya. Got it, students? Who is the founder of this Mauryan dynasty? Chandragupta Maurya. As you can see here, visible to you, one map is there, map image is there. This is the places where the inscriptions we found of Ashokas. Here these are the places which are filled with yellow color. That shows these are the places, students, where we got the inscription of Ashokas. You know what inscriptions are nothing but it is a source of history only. From that we will get the knowledge of languages and their names, everything about that. Their administration and history of that place. Inscriptions are nothing but something wrote on a pillars or something on the rocks and all that we found. For example, these buildings belongs to that person, the names will be there, posture will be there, like that. The inscription we found, these are the places where we found. You can see, students, this has been found in international borders also. Got it? That shows that how the great king he was. The inscriptions was found in outside our country also. That means he has expanded his empire. Now let us see the first ruler of this dynasty, that is Chandragupta Maurya. You know what, students? Chandragupta Maurya was an adventurous young man. Here what happened is Vishnugupta of Takshashila was insulted by the Nanda king, that is Dhanananda. Vishnugupta was a very diplomatic king. Here students, diplomatic king is nothing but a person who have the skills to maintain or to manage international relationship. Here that shows that how the skillful he was. Who? Vishnugupta. And intelligent and shrewd. Here students, shrewd is nothing but showing good judgment. His judgment was also good. That means good he was. Who? Vishnugupta. And he was insulted by whom? Nanda king, that is Dhanananda. And what happened? Before they used to, what they used to do is, students, for example, something has been disagreement has been founded in two kings, and they insulted or they fought the battles and all. What happened? They will take the revenge if they does something. What happened here? Here it has been said that what happened, Vishnugupta, he was also called as Chanakya and Kautilya. Who is also known as the Chanakya and Kautilya? Vishnugupta. He trained Chandragupta in the skills of warfare and helped him to form his own army. Who helped? Vishnugupta. Here this shows that Kautilya, Chanakya or Vishnugupta, he is a king of Chandragupta. Here students, don't be get confused. Vishnugupta, Chanakya and Kautilya is the name of a single person only. Okay. And what happened? He trained Chandragupta in the skills of warfare and helped him to form his own army. Who helped? Vishnugupta. By this time, what happened? The people had lost faith in Dhanananda, and so it was easy for Chandragupta to defeat him. In this way, what happened? Chandragupta established Mauryan dynasty about 2300 years ago and made Patliputra present capital of Bihar or Patna is the capital of Chandragupta Mauryan time. Later, he organized a large army and moved towards the northwestern India. Some of the regions of northwestern area were occupied by Alexander, the king of Macedonia, but now they were taken care by his representative, that is Seleucus. Seleucus was defeated by Chandragupta. After being defeated by Chandragupta Maurya, he entered an agreement with Chandragupta Maurya. Students, what they used to do when they defeated, they have been lost or something, what they used to do, for example, if they are not giving their kingdom and all to their by whom they have been defeated, they used to sign an agreement in that they have to give something and all which which belongs to them. For example, what happened, here Seleucus and Chandragupta signed an agreement. Apart from giving Afghanistan, Baluchistan, western areas of Sindh, he also got his daughter married to Chandragupta Maurya. Who? Here students, Chandragupta Maurya, Seleucus given his daughter to Chandragupta Maurya to marry. After giving the part of Afghanistan, Baluchistan and western areas of Sindh, he also given his daughter married to Chandragupta. In return, Chandragupta gifted Seleucus with 500 elephants. Seleucus sent an ambassador called Megasthenes to the court of Chandragupta to record his experience. And what happened? Megasthenes has recorded his experience in his book titled Indica. Here, students, ambassador is nothing but a diplomatic representing his country abroad. For example, something for the knowledge, for example, they have given a matrimonial alliance. Here students, matrimonial alliance is nothing but a relation by giving daughter or by marrying, by building a new relationship and all. And what happened here, Seleucus sent ambassador to Chandragupta Maurya's empire. And here Vishnugupta or Kautilya was who is he? Vishnugupta. Now let us see who is this person who trained Chandragupta Maurya. Vishnugupta or Kautilya was the prime minister of Chandragupta. His Arthashastra is a well-known book that tells about the administrative techniques. The manuscript of this book was first found in Museum of Oriental Library of Mysore, and it was found by R. Shama Shastri. Chandragupta Maurya accepted Jainism in his last days. He made his son Bindusara as the king and came to Karnataka with Jain monks. He undertook the Salekhana. Salekhana is nothing but, students, it is a ceremony which has been performed. What they used to do, students, they used to perform many ceremonies. According to the age they used to perform. For example, we can say in that separate age, for example 6 to 25 years is for education, and 25 to 35 years for marrying and for their family and all. After 35 years they have to survive for God. These are nothing but this ceremony they used to perform. Here Salekhana is nothing but fasting till death. Who does this ceremony? Who performed it? Chandragupta Maurya at Shravana Belgola of Hassan district and passed away. In this way, who was passed away? Chandragupta Maurya, and his son Bindusar ruled for 25 years. Next, the king of Chandragupta Maurya was Bindusara, and he was not that much brave king, Bindusar. Next, the king, that is Samrat Ashoka. Ashoka is a son of Bindusar. Okay, after his father, what happened? After his father, that has been came under the Ashoka, a special place of the world history. Here that king too under Samrat Ashoka, he has a special place in the world history. He is the first king to give welfare of subjects as his top priority by declaring, "My citizens are like my children's." Who says this verse? This was said by Ashoka. And he was a welfare of subjects on his topic priority. First he was declaring, first priority he is giving to the citizens. They are as how he is giving priority by showing that they are children, so citizens. This shows that how kindful he was. Who? Ashoka. Ashoka's inscription. Students, Ashoka's inscriptions are spread throughout India. These are mainly in Brahmi script and Prakrit language. These are the script which the inscription was wrote by Brahmi script and Prakrit language. In Karnataka, 17 inscriptions of Ashoka are found in many places. The inscription found of Maski of Raichur is of more importance as the name of Ashoka appears for the first time here. Till then, names like Devana Priya, Priyadarshi were present in their inscriptions. In the inscriptions of Maski, Devana Priya, Priyadarshi, Ashoka's appears. Here students, what happened? First we were knowing Ashoka's name as Samrat Ashoka. And what happened when we found the inscription in that we got the full name of Ashoka. That the full name of Ashoka was Devana Priya, Priyadarshi were present in the inscription. In the inscriptions of Maski, Devana Priya Priyadarshi and what happened here? Ashoka's appears. With the help of Ashoka's inscriptions, the life, achievements and the extent of his empire can be understood by this achievement, by that inscription we got. Here is the images of Ashoka's inscription is there students. Here it is nothing but a sculpture is there, and here it is a inscription of Ashoka's is available here, visible to you. Now let us see. About 180 years ago, a British officer by name James Prinsep read the inscriptions of Ashoka's for the first time. Till then, nobody was able to read them. About 6 centuries ago, Feroz Shah Tughlaq of Delhi had tried to get it read but was not successful. Got it students? It was in the Brahmi script and Prakrit language. Nobody can easily understand. Firstly, nowadays Sanskrit is also very difficult for the many of the people can't read Sanskrit, and Prakrit language, if we compare with Prakrit language and Brahmi script, it will be very difficult. So no one was that much educated and all, so education was also good students, they were educated, but that much qualities was not there. And we who read that inscription was the British officer was there, his name was James Prinsep. Okay, after that nobody was able to read the inscription. Now let us see students one of the important war, that is Kalinga war, which was fought during the period of Ashoka. Ashoka declared war against the Kalinga 8 years after he came to power. After 8 years, what happened? He declared war against Kalinga. This is an important stage in his life, in the life of Ashoka. Kalinga was a part of present Odisha. Ashoka waged war against this. 1 lakh people lost their lives and another lakh became injured. Another 1.5 lakh became prisoners of war. See how much painful it is. 1 lakh people already lost their life and another lakh people became injured. And another lakh peoples, what happened? They became the war prisoners. Ashoka was deeply disturbed by the extent of damage to human life in war field. So what happened? He was deeply pained and decided not to wage war in his future. There is no another empire like this in the history. Ashoka chose the path of dharma in the place of war. This shows that students how much he was kindful and how he used to sacrifice things. After that, he never used to wage the war. War situation as depicted in a bas relief portrait sculpture. You can see these are the images. What they used to show students, sculpture is there. Through the sculpture and art, they used to show how the war has been taken place and all. Now students, activity is there for you, that make a list of places in Karnataka where Ashoka's inscriptions have been found. So students, write it down in your book and send it to WhatsApp group. Spread of religion, how they used to spread and which religion they have been used to follow. Ashoka was attracted by Buddhism and he accepted Buddhism. He started to spread the messages of Buddhism to his subjects, to his followers. He said one should respect parents, elders, and should have compassion, truthfulness, and be generous, kindful, truthful. He also said one should leave violence, anger, and jealousy. Ashoka organized the third Buddhist conference at Patliputra. He built Buddha stupas and sent people to far off countries to spread Buddhist religion. This shows students he was great tolerant toward his religion also. Thus he was attracted towards that religion, that is Buddhism, and he also given support, and he used to teach that we should respect our parents, elders, and should have compassion, that truthfulness, kindful. He also said that one should leave violence, anger, jealousy. Ashoka organized the third Buddhist conference at Patliputra. He built Buddha stupas and sent people to far off, not nearer, far away countries to spread Buddhist religion. Now let us see the administrative system of Mauryas. The king was the chief of the administrative system. He kept the supreme power with himself. A group of ministers helped the king in administration. They were higher officers are called Dharma Shastra who preach good conduct to the people. They also took the responsibility of welfare of orphans. Orphans are students nothing but those who are disabled. They also took the responsibility of them, and widow and old people. Who? The king. This shows that how good administration was there of Mauryan dynasty. The whole empire was divided into many provinces. Provinces are nothing but states for the sake of administration. Gramika, administered by the village with the help of the elders. Considerably, power was given to the rural authorities. The disputes of the village level were settled by Grama Sabha. The administration of Mauryas influenced many dynasties who ruled later. What students? This was the administrative system of Mauryas. Now let us see the architecture and sculptures of Ashoka's period. Students, what here is sculptures of Ashoka's period can still be seen today. We can see these historical places, architectures, sculptures of Ashoka's period today, now also. Here among them, stupas and pillars are important. The stupas in Sanchi of Madhya Pradesh and the pillar in Saranath are very famous. The four-headed lion on the top of Saranath pillar is our national symbol. As you can see, the image of Ashoka's architecture, that this is a Ashoka's monolith pillar, our national emblem, like this. Here students, only 3 lions are available to us, but it is 4 lions are there in this, and this is nothing but our national. Here this you can see on this screen, here on our national emblem. Here is a wheel chakra is there, that we have on our national flag. White has because of progress, and we have these 4-headed lions pillars as national emblem. You can see this image in on currencies, rupees also, of 1 rupee, 5 rupee coin. This pillar is available to you on the back of that coin. This shows that this is our national emblem. Got it, students? This is a pillar of Ashoka. Why? Got it, students? Why we have taken our national emblem and the wheel of that King Ashoka's? Because students, he was a great ruler. That how for after getting many of that damages in the war of life of peoples, also he decided of dharma, saving his administration. For the sake of his administration, he has sacrificed